Dollywood in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee might just be my favorite non-Disney or Universal park in the world. The park is incredibly well-rounded, and it might sound cliche, but it really does have something for everyone. From thrilling roller coasters, to countless family attractions, to so many shows you can't possibly see them all. But what is it exactly that makes this Dolly Parton theme park such an incredible place to visit? For Review Time, I'm Luke, and this is our review of Dollywood. Family rides, 8 out of 10. Dollywood features not one but two dedicated family areas, with a great number of other family-friendly attractions spread throughout. And with 14 of the park's rides having no height requirement, so long as you accompany your little one, there's a great variety of attractions to experience together as a family. The newest area is Wildwood Grove, a well-themed land home to a great collection of attractions including the Dragonflyer roller coaster, which was surprisingly fun even for an adult, a number of smaller scale flat rides, and the true standout, the Black Bear Trail. But don't just take my words for Wildwood Grove being great. It also won this year's Golden Ticket Award for the best theme park kids area. On the exact other side of the park is the Country Fair, which does feel a little bit like a dumping ground of rides, but that's not really a bad thing when so many of the rides are great. One of my personal favorite surprises was Blazing Fury, the park's oldest roller coaster that finds a thematic, storytelling way to send you down drops. Apparently, any fire-related ride is going to be a lot of fun, as Fire Chaser Express was another joyful surprise in the lineup. This multi-launch family roller coaster has to be one of the best family coaster experiences in the world, featuring forwards and backwards sections, launches, lift hills, and special effects, all encapsulated in an incredibly well-presented area. The only thing it feels like is missing is a true dark ride, and if one was constructed, this would round out the lineup perfectly. Thrill rides, 8 out of 10. Often parks either do really well at thrills or really well at family rides, but Dollywood does equally well at both. The ride of Dollywood easily has to be Lightning Rod, the RMC hybrid coaster that recently saw around half of its original wooden track replaced by steel. While I do wish I had the chance to ride it in its full wooden state with its original super-powered launch, it's hard to argue that in 2022 it isn't still an incredible ride, and it became one of my top coasters. While it doesn't have any inversions, that can be a good thing for a lot of people, and instead of flipping you upside down, it spends its time speeding around the track, giving some incredible moments of airtime. Lightning Rod might be the standout coaster, but in my opinion, not far behind it is Mystery Mine. Going into the park, I had heard mixed things about it, but I was pleasantly surprised at how enjoyable this coaster was. It's an incredibly well-themed and full-package experience. Try to ride at the front if you can to fully appreciate the ride's theming and special effects. The thrilling coaster lineup is rounded out by Wild Eagle, probably my favorite wing coaster I've been on, if not just for the incredible views of the Smoky Mountain, Tennessee Tornado, one of the last ever built custom Arrow loopers, as well as Thunderhead, which was incredibly smooth and not a dreaded wooden rattler. Dollywood doesn't offer a ton of thrilling flat ride options, but with such a strong coaster lineup, that doesn't really detract. Experiences, 8 out of 10. The experiences in this park are what truly puts the Dolly in Dollywood. 3 major experiences give you the chance to step into the story of Dolly Parton. Unfortunately, on our visit though, only one of these was open. The open offering was Dolly's Tennessee Mountain Home, a recreation of the tiny cottage that Dolly Parton and her 11 siblings grew up in. The recreation was built by her brother and decorated by her mother. Stepping inside, you gain an understanding of what Dolly truly means when she talks about her Smoky Mountain upbringing in all her songs. Unfortunately, on our visit, Dolly Parton's tour bus was closed for the day, and the Chasing Rainbow Museum was closed for the entirety of the 2022 season for a large upgrade. While it is a shame to miss out on these experiences as they do look incredible, I guess it just gives me a reason to come back in the future. My favorite experience, though, has to be the Dollywood Express train ride. Weaving up a mountain aboard a real, genuine coal-fired steam train was truly like taking a trip back in time, and it's the perfect way to break up a day of thrilling attractions. Dollywood also features America's largest display of non-releasable bald eagles at the Eagle Mountain Sanctuary, cared for by the American Eagle Foundation, which does some incredible work with these powerful creatures. If you're looking for a hands-on tactile experience, the park also features many local artisans who can help you do anything from creating your own candle to blowing your own glass ornaments. Entertainment, 8 out of 10. Dollywood is known for its entertainment, often being called the theme park with the world's best shows. Even just walking around and seeing how many theaters there are tells you that they take entertainment very seriously. Though the sheer amount of entertainment offerings means you'll have to pick and choose the shows you want to see most, as it's pretty much impossible to do them all in a day. On our visit, we got the chance to see 2 of the 8 shows on offer. First was the Wings of America Birds of Prey show, where you got to see up close some of Dollywood's fiercest and cutest citizens. It was great to see the park care for these creatures and give them a second chance at life. The other show we got to experience was Harmonies of the Heart. Now, to be honest, I'm not really a country music guy, but I genuinely enjoyed this show. The show featured several of Dolly Parton's actual family members singing along with a live band to some of Dolly's greatest hits. If you're going to see just one show in your time at Dollywood, make it this one. Operations, 9 out of 10. Dollywood's operations and operators are incredibly efficient and do their job with a smile. The day we visited was rainy and incredibly quiet, but most roller coasters were still running multiple trains. Lightning Rod was only running the one, but they were getting it out quickly, and it never had more than a 1 train wait all day, so it wasn't an issue. Across our entire visit, the longest we had to wait for anything was 10 minutes for the Black Bear Trail, which was definitely worth it. However, even with 0 queues, we couldn't get everything done. We were able to ride all of the rides, but only got to see 2 of the shows, and didn't get any re-rides on anything but Lightning Rod. This is a place you will want to spend at least 2 days in. Not just so that you have time to do everything, but to ensure you have time to admire and soak up the incredible atmosphere. One major thing that makes the park feel so great is the staff. Every single one we interacted with was amazing, with some completely going out of their way to crack some jokes and have a discussion with us. Dollywood has won the Golden Ticket Award for the friendliest park several times over the years, and it's easy to see why, with them last year even receiving the award for the best guest experience of any theme park in the world. Theming, 8 out of 10. At times it seems like every American theme park has an old-timey Wild West area, but Dollywood has to have one of the most fully realized versions of that theme. The park features several overall themes throughout it, from the Country Fair themed area entitled Country Fair, to the brand new Wildwood Grove area themed to fairies and small woodland creatures. This section looks particularly great, and will look even better when the greenery has a few more years to grow in. A lot of the themed areas do blend together a bit, but that's not really a bad thing. The park really has 4 themes: the previously explained Wildwood Grove and Country Fair, Jukebox Junction with its 1950s car culture theme, and then the rest, which are all some form of an old-time American feel. Merchandise, 9 out of 10. Dollywood may have the most ride-specific merchandise of any theme park I've ever been to. Every major attraction has a unique collection of merchandise associated with it. It's great to see a park packed to the brim with original merchandise items rather than just the generic filler we see in a lot of parks nowadays. If you do want something ride-specific though, make sure to grab it when you see it. A lot of items are only available in the relevant rides gift shop. You do exit the park through the Emporium-style gift store, but be aware that while this store does have some Dollywood items, it is mostly focused on Dolly Parton herself. I left with a t-shirt and a Coaster Dynamics model of Lightning Rod. I love the nano coasters, which are quickly becoming my theme park merchandise item of choice, and Dollywood had one available for all of their major thrill coasters. If you are looking for some super unique merchandise offerings, make sure you check out the previously mentioned local artisans in Craftsman's Valley. I can assure you, if I could have gotten it home, I probably would have bought one of the wood carvings. Affordability, 9 out of 10. For the quality of the offerings at Dollywood, tickets are greatly affordable. A one-day ticket will run you around $84, which doesn't sound insanely cheap until you realize that a 2-day ticket is only $104 and a 3-day ticket is only $114. Compare this to Disneyland, which comes in at around $150 for a one-day, one-park ticket, almost double the price. But if you are considering a 3-day ticket, it might be better to get a season pass, which starts at $159 for the silver offering and at its maximum platinum pass price is only $269, which gets you entry to both Dollywood and Splash Country, free parking, 15% off food and merchandise, and 4 free Bring a Friend ticket. Though it gets even better thanks to Dolly Parton's incredible work with the Imagination Library, with any of your children who are 4 or 5 getting a completely free season pass, and any under that getting in for free anyway. When exploring, we did note that at first glance, food appeared a little on the expensive end, but everything we ate was of a great quality and worth the price. Something that also might be worth the price to you would be Dollywood's Fast Track offering called Time Saver, which only runs from $60 to $80. Also, don't fret if you're looking to take home a memory. Merchandise was similarly affordable, with t-shirts coming in at under $20. Atmosphere, 8 out of 10. It can be difficult to fully judge the atmosphere of a park based on the one rainy day we attended. But if the happy faces walking around in the rain are anything to go by, those who braved the weather still had an incredible day. The atmosphere is further bolstered by the amount of live music that can be found when just walking around, giving you the option to stop and watch, or just be serenaded by it as you walk to your next attraction. Throughout the park when we visited, there were some great floral displays around. I believe these were for an upcoming flower and garden type festival, but they all worked so well they genuinely looked like they permanently belonged. And the fact that last year they also won the golden ticket for Most Beautiful Park means I'm not alone in thinking the park looks and feels spectacular. One of the things that can either be a blessing or a curse about Dollywood is that it's seasonal, which means you do need to plan your visits accordingly, but when it is open, you don't have to worry about maintenance schedules. As apart from unexpected downtime, every attraction should be open. Services, 8 out of 10. With a relatively short park day, we only got to eat a few food offerings from Dollywood. I will say though that everything we did have was spectacular. The loaded pulled pork curly fries was some of the best loaded fries I've ever had, and in regards to the famous cinnamon bread, all I'm going to say is get it. You won't be disappointed. We may have gotten 2 during our visit. The only upcharge option at Dollywood is the previously mentioned Time Saver Pass, which comes in 2 variants. The regular Time Saver, which allows you to use the expedited entrances to skip the queue on 8 rides of your choice, or the same ride 8 times if you wanted to, as well as an unlimited offering, which is $20 more that will allow you to ride every participating attraction as many times as you like. The park's layout is essentially a giant loop, so as you are exploring, make sure if you want to ride something, you do so when you walk past. Otherwise, it might be quite a trek to return to it later in the day. Walking around is an enjoyable experience though, with plenty of lush greenery and immersive theming that help envelop you. Final thoughts. I didn't go into Dollywood with many expectations, and the park genuinely surprised and delighted me, probably becoming my favorite non-Disney or Universal park I've ever visited. Something I would never have expected myself to say before I entered. Whilst it is a little bit in the middle of nowhere for an international visitor, if you ever get the chance, I highly recommend a trip to Dollywood. If you include the rest of the Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg area, you can truly make a trip of it, surrounding yourself with that known southern charm. I don't know when and how I'll next make it back to Dollywood, but I can't wait for the moment I do. Dollywood gets a final score of 83 out of 100, with excellence in merchandise and affordability. For Review Time, I'm Luke. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel for many more exciting reviews coming soon. Thanks for watching.